Phoenix, a city long defined by endless freeways, scorching heat, and the hum of traffic in every direction. For decades, it was a place built for drivers, not for walkers or riders. Suburbs stretched out toward the horizon, wide roads cut through neighborhoods, and public transit was often little more than an afterthought. But something is shifting. Like many cities across America, Phoenix is beginning to rethink what movement means. People are asking for more access, more freedom, more connection. And against the odds, this car-centric desert city is rising to the challenge. Phoenix is slowly but surely building a future where you don't need a car to live fully. So, how exactly is Phoenix turning this bold vision into reality? Let's dive in and uncover the moves they're making, right here in today's episode of Great Trainspeed. Long before Phoenix became known for its vast freeways and car-dependent sprawl, the city had a functioning streetcar network. As the capital of the Arizona Territory, Phoenix introduced its first horse-drawn streetcar line in 1888, just 3 years after the arrival of the railroad. By 1893, the system had transitioned to electric streetcars, reflecting a national trend toward modern urban mobility. Despite having a modest population of just 5,500 people by 1900, Phoenix supported multiple streetcar lines, weaving through the growing city. At the time, public transit wasn't just an option, it was essential for moving people through Arizona's emerging capital. By the 1940s, Phoenix's streetcar system began to falter, a fate shared by many U.S. cities. A major fire in 1947 destroyed much of the fleet and the storage barn, crippling the network overnight. Without the resources or political will to rebuild, Phoenix officially shut down its streetcar operations. In place of rail, the city turned to bus systems, but these were often inefficient and frequently delayed by traffic. Over time, the city doubled down on automobile infrastructure, laying the groundwork for decades of car-first urban design. While cities like Los Angeles rapidly built highways such as the 110 Harbor Freeway, or Detroit with the Davison Freeway, Phoenix was relatively late in developing a comprehensive freeway system. Most of its major highways didn't arrive until the late 20th century, long after suburban growth had already spread far from the urban core. As a result, the city's layout increasingly relied on cars as a necessity, not a choice. By 2000, Phoenix's population had ballooned to over 1.3 million residents, a dramatic jump from its early days. This growth sparked a long overdue realization. The city needed a reliable, modern transit system.
It's about time. Your time. Vote yes on Prop 2000.
In response, Phoenix voters passed the Transit 2000 Regional Plan, setting the stage for a transit revival. This included securing funding and launching construction of what would become the Valley Metro Light Rail, starting with the South Central Extension. Unlike many new systems that struggled to attract riders in their early years, Valley Metro defied expectations. Ridership quickly surpassed projections, prompting early extensions to Mesa and eventually North Phoenix. What started as a cautious experiment began evolving into the backbone of Phoenix's future mobility strategy. So, what exactly is Phoenix doing to make this transformation a reality? And how could these projects become a defining moment in the city's transit evolution? In the next section, we'll explore the key developments driving this change. If you're curious to learn more about how Phoenix is reshaping its future, stick around, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates just like this. Right now, Phoenix is pushing ahead with big transit projects to change how people move around the city. It's not just about laying new tracks, it's about connecting communities, improving access, and creating a greener future. With new light rail lines and better bus routes, public transportation is finally becoming a real priority here. Among Phoenix's recent milestones, the South Central Extension Downtown Hub project stands out as a turning point. Officially opened on June 7, 2025, this project adds 5.5 miles of new light rail track to the city's system, extending service southward from downtown Phoenix to the South Mountain Village core. Led by Valley Metro Rail, the extension isn't just longer, it's smarter. For the first time, Phoenix now operates a two-line light rail system. The A line travels from Gilbert Road Main Street in Mesa to the new downtown hub. The B line connects Metro Parkway in northwest Phoenix to Baseline Road, Central Avenue. These two lines converge at the newly constructed downtown hub, a high-capacity interchange designed to make transfers smoother and reduce overall wait times. The corridor includes 8 new stations, from Jefferson 3rd Avenue to Southern Avenue, all strategically placed to improve accessibility while minimizing travel time. On opening day, more than 5,000 community members gathered alongside federal, state, and local officials to mark the occasion. Phoenix Mayor called it a historic extension, emphasizing its contributions to sustainability, accessibility, and community vibrancy, including new bike lanes, shaded walkways, and public art installation. She also noted its importance in connecting residents to jobs, schools, healthcare, and entertainment across the valley. Phoenix District 7 Councilwoman Ana Hernandez added, "The residents of South Phoenix have waited a long time for this connection. A robust light rail system isn't just a convenience, it's the future of our city." Following close behind is the Capitol Extension, a smaller but symbolically important project. It will bring light rail access to the western edge of downtown, including the Arizona State Capitol Complex. Though the project has faced political resistance and funding delays, it remains a critical step in unifying the city's core transit grid. What's your take on all this? Are these transit projects exactly what Phoenix needs, or not quite? Drop a 1 in the comments if you think they're a must for the region, or a 0 if you see it differently. We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Amtrak train line connecting Phoenix to Tucson is a little closer to becoming a reality.
While Phoenix is making bold moves within the city limits, there's also momentum building for intercity rail, particularly between Phoenix and Tucson, Arizona's 2 largest urban centers. This would mark a major step in restoring regional connectivity and reducing long-term reliance on cars for long-distance travel. For the first time in more than 25 years, Amtrak is working to bring passenger rail service back to Phoenix. Once served by the Sunset Limited, the city lost its Amtrak connection in 1996 when the route was shifted south through the city of Maricopa. Since then, Phoenix has been the largest U.S. city without direct Amtrak service, a gap that may finally close. The plan to restore rail service was first proposed in 2015, aiming to reconnect Phoenix and Tucson with 3 daily round-trip trains, each taking approximately 2 hours and 25 minutes. Rather than building entirely new infrastructure, the service would run on existing Union Pacific freight rail corridors, making use of current rights-of-way while significantly easing congestion along the I-10 corridor, one of the busiest highways in the state. Momentum accelerated in December 2023, when the Federal Railroad Administration, FRA, awarded a $500,000 grant as part of its Corridor Identification and Development Program, officially approving Phase 1 of the planning process. This followed a broader federal infrastructure funding package which allocated $349 million to Arizona, some of which is expected to support further development of the Phoenix-Tucson corridor. According to the Arizona Department of Transportation, ADOT, the current planning phase will take approximately 2 to 3 years to complete. During this stage, the focus will be on identifying potential station locations, analyzing travel demand data, estimating infrastructure upgrades, and projecting both capital and long-term maintenance costs. These components are essential for building a strong foundation for the proposed Phoenix-Tucson intercity rail corridor. ADOT has allocated a budget of $10.6 million for this phase. Completing it successfully will qualify the project to advance to the third and final step in the federal development pipeline, a comprehensive engineering and environmental review as required under federal law for all major rail infrastructure projects. This next stage would also take an additional 2 to 3 years, bringing the total pre-construction timeline to around 5 to 6 years. To meet federal requirements, the project must include a 20% state funding match alongside the federal contributions. In support of this effort, Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs has already committed $3.5 million toward the planning process, demonstrating both political will and fiscal commitment at the state level. With these initial milestones achieved, the Phoenix-Tucson Rail Corridor is now more than just a concept, it's a project with a clear roadmap. And while the timeline is long, the potential impact is equally significant, reducing traffic congestion, offering a viable alternative to driving, and bringing back passenger rail to Arizona's capital for the first time in over 2 decades. If successful, this project will not only reconnect 2 major cities, but could also serve as a blueprint for future intercity rail corridors across the Southwest and beyond. For years, Phoenix may have been built for cars, but its future is being reshaped by rail, bus, and bold ideas. From long-awaited neighborhood connections to the dream of riding a train between Phoenix and Tucson, the city is proving that transformation is possible, even in the heart of the desert. It's not just about catching up with the rest of the world, it's about setting an example for what American transit can be. The road ahead won't be easy, but one thing is clear: Phoenix is no longer standing still, it's moving forward, one rail at a time. That's all for today. We hope you enjoyed this topic as much as we did. Thanks for hanging out. See you next time.